Hey everybody, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. Today we have an awesome driving video for you. This is 2 different days, 5 different trips of hauling equipment. We have out of cab, in cab, under cab, a few on the trailer as well. We're hauling 3 different dozers, a D4, an 850, and a 750. Things get a little haywire when we load the 850. And then we're hauling an excavator as well. And at the very end, we're going to haul the D4 and the skid steer. We got gravel roads, county roads, and even a little bit of interstate. So be sure to stay tuned. So the first thing we're going to go after is the D4G dozer, and then we're going to haul the 850 after that. I thought I understood where Mike was trying to tell me where to go. I had not been there before, but I was in fact wrong and completely lost. Ended up turning around a couple times trying to find cell service to look it up on maps. Of course, there's no service down here in this valley we're driving, but we eventually get there.
No service. Okay. All right. Well, that's neat. Look at this. Pulled over. Guy's got exhaust headers coming off his mailbox. Ain't that fancy? So just after. Okay. Alrighty. We're good to go. I'm gonna put a new battery in you guys, and I gotta turn it around again. hoping. Yeah, that would have been the brand new Jeep to wreck into me, I guarantee it. I'm hoping we're at the right spot here. We're gonna go for a walk and see if we can't find us a dozer. There, up there on the hill. Let's see what we get here. Good news is the cab is unlocked. No problems there. Let's see here. Oh, it's gonna be a good day.
So you may notice I've got my dovetail up, and you may have noticed when I backed in, I scraped the grass just a little bit, so I left it up on the way out. We're going to pull over on the side of the road up here, put the dovetail down, get this dozer dropped off, and then come back for the 850. So we're going to swing into the Derby Market real quick and just check all the tires. We're getting ready to haul the 850, which is the heaviest thing that I haul for Mike, and I just like to make sure all the tires are topped off. Yeah, we kick them in the morning, but you're not going to notice 5 or 10 pounds whenever you're kicking tires, and I just want to make sure they're all 100% topped off before we put his heaviest piece of equipment on the trailer.
You guys having a good day? I hope you're having a good day. I'm having a pretty good day. Overall, oops, that's not the orange film. Overall, not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see what we got here now. Oh, we're real close. Real close luck. All right, we're gonna get this topped off and we're gonna hit the road. We're run this dovetail up real quick. Last time I kind of scraped a little bit. I didn't know how steep this driveway was. It's about the best spot to do this at, unfortunately. That'd be good enough. All right, we're gonna run the road and get in this driveway. Now, when I took the 450, I ran down the side of the road, but I was talking to the homeowner. He wants me to run that 850 right down the center of his road. I guess he's got a water line over there. He's a little bit worried about the size of that one damaging his water line. I don't think it would, but that's not really up to me. So right down the road we're gonna go. He said he's gonna regrade this next week anyway, so shouldn't be a problem at all, as long as this thing starts. What's that? It's a puppy dog. What? Come here. Come here. Oh, it's okay. You're okay. Good. You're a good pup. Come on. Help me get this thing started. You help me get this thing started? You got a jump pack? Hope you don't need a jump pack. You got friends up there? Well, tell them we're coming. One last pet. Come here. One last pet before we get on. It's a good dog. It's a good dog. All right, we're getting ready to fire this up, so hop out of the way, buddy. Hop out of the way. Okay. All right, there's a master somewhere. There's a key somewhere. We're in neutral. We got that going, and there's a button.
So you guys may have noticed those runners that we put down the center of the trailer. That is to help keep the equipment from sliding off the trailer if we're loading on a slight incline or if the deck's wet or icy or that kind of thing. And they do work really well. They've saved us a couple of times. It's not foolproof, but it certainly does help. Now, if you're not paying attention and you lower your blade too soon, yeah, you're going to get snagged on one with your blade, and that's going to throw you sideways. So they are a great safety device, but you know, you kind of have to pay attention. So I did kind of mess that up, did go a little haywire, but we were able to get her straightened out, and I'll show you a close-up of the damage we did. I say we, the damage I did whenever we get back to the lot here.
Somebody asked me the other day if I could go one video without breaking something.
It's not looking good for this one.
It's not looking good for this one.
People ask me on my channel all the time if you still work for me or you're fired for breaking stuff.
Hey, Kleeman, this would be a good job. Fire that welder up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let me know when you get her knocked out. I just got off shift and oh, there he is right there. I'm meeting Dirt Perfect. We're gonna switch rides real quick. We're gonna do some hauling today. He's gonna take over this girl for a little bit. See what we get into. It's not his dozer. Whose dozer is that? What you got there, boss?
I'm not for sure yet.
Be careful. You got to get your Hans device on. Your neck's gonna. Oh God.
I need a quick escape with my friends.
You'll be all right.
Hopefully I'll see you in Derby.
Hopefully. It's all downhill from Derby to here, so he should be fine. He should be fine. You guys are gonna ride Right here. Catch you in a little bit, maybe.
So Dirt Perfect had already loaded this morning, and we met at a halfway point for us. He was taking my car, heading down to his lot so he can grab his truck, and I just went ahead and hopped in the Mac with man behind the scenes. He's going to help me haul this equipment today. If you've been with the channel for a while, you recognize this is not Dirt Perfect's dozer. This is a buddy of his dozer, so we're going to haul it for him. He's actually in that truck up ahead of us. He's kind of helping us get around these corners, slowing people down. You are riding on the very edge of the blade, so keep that in mind as we go up this next county road. We're going to let this guy hauling grain get out of the way, and then we're going to head up this hill. Now, this is a pretty hard pull. There's a couple of hard pulls on here. I'm not going to do a lot of talking, just going to let you listen to the truck itself, but I will throw up the gear that I'm in just so you can kind of see that as we do this hard pull on this first hill, and then we'll just ride on out to where we get this thing dropped off. now we're gonna go pick up this excavator. This is also not dirt perfect, but it's a different contractor than what we just hauled that dozer for. We're gonna get this thing loaded up, swing past a fuel depot so he can top his excavator off. This is the trip where we get on the interstate for a little bit, so we got a couple shots of a couple different rigs passing us on the interstate. Then we'll get this thing dropped off and go haul the D4 and the skid steer with the roller on the CD500 and get some cool shots of that.
We are down to our last few pieces of equipment to haul. There's Dirt Perfect coming in with the CD500 and that trailer. I think he's taking the roller on that, so we're probably gonna take the dozer, skid steer, and a few miscellaneous buckets. I guess let's leave this sit here for now. Yeah. all loaded. We got a man behind the scenes. Oh, a safety tether and, you know, equipment, dirt perfect, truck. You guys are gonna ride up here and you're gonna follow the Mac for a little bit and then we'll turn it around. Let's go.
So if you've been with the channel for a while, you know that we have been using the speed binders. And the joke is always that one day I'm going to forget the impact on the trailer. This is me very concerned because the impact's not in the toolbox. And that is me very relieved because man behind the scenes had already gotten the impact out and I did not notice it. I was convinced I already lost it and I was going to have to tell Mike that I lost the impact, but no worries, he already had it out. And it was super nice, so big shout out and thanks to man behind the scenes for helping that day and riding along. We got this equipment moved in no time, and it was just kind of nice having somebody ride along to just sit there and chit chat with while you're going between job sites. Anywho, that's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Lots going on though, so be sure to stay tuned for the channel. The Volvo 140 is at the house right now as we speak, clearing out for the new lake, so we're pretty excited about that, and we've picked the new location for the YouTube yacht. And of course, more Dirt Perfect content because I've been working quite a bit for Dirt Perfect lately. And we're going to talk about more of the flooring and how to figure out board feet and square feet and all that stuff for the oak tree. We had Nutsy drop for us. Lots of good stuff coming up. Stay tuned. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Put the grater over between the refrigerator and the power rake, so I guess we'll do that. Everybody needs a job site fridge. See, looks nice. And he wanted the power rake to grease it. Full disclosure, he told me to get the power rake and I took the grater over to him because, well, listen guys, I just wasn't paying attention. It's just as simple as that. I don't think there's any shocked audience members about that. Well, we'll take what he asked for so he can grease that. And then I think we're going to get out of here. I think we are. I was just telling them how good my attention to detail was. Would you agree with that? That's not true. I told him what I did. I said, I got to go take the grater over to the refrigerator because I was supposed to bring the power rake.
It's the refrigerator comment that threw you off, wasn't it?
You had a 50-50 chance, Captain.
I should have had a better chance because I just took one over there. Why would I bring back what I just brought you?